Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is match day 36. There is 3 left. We're almost there at the end of the season. Oh, tight finish to the end there, eh? Just 1 point back. One from Roma, 2 to Como in 5th and 6th, though. So, yeah, really getting down to the wire here. But everyone, welcome for joining in with me today. This is another week. This is going to be similar to last week in a lot of senses. Lower table team, relegation situation. I mean, Lecce's ahead in 17th. Let's bring up the table. Let's not fool you here. 17, 32 points, 4 ahead of Cremonese. So they need to put points up on the table. It's not like Verona last week where they were down and out. That being said, same as in the reverse fixture, it was all tied up. Listen, you can maybe tell by my voice. Just after last week, anything could happen, right? So maybe tempered expectations coming off that high. We're doing okay though. We're doing okay. There's no reason to worry. We got this. We are away from home, which I actually prefer this year for whichever reason. But you know what? Let's get into the preview of this match first and foremost. I totally forgot, guys. Subscribe. How could I forget this? This is basic stuff. Let me wet my lips as you go down and hit the like button, the subscribe button, the share, follow, whichever platform you're on, because we are on X, YouTube, Twitter. X and Twitter is the same thing. Twitch is what I meant. Instagram, Assist. We're on everything. We're on absolutely everything. Go follow us down in the bio description, whatever it might be on that platform. Make sure you give us a good old follow. Check us out on the other platforms because all links are there in the bio or the description as well. Okay, now that is out of the way. All right, Saturday, the late game on Saturday today, of course, 2:45 local time here at East Coast, but that's going to be the 8:45 there in Italy. The Stadio Via Del Mare. Referee Andrea Colombo. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And an overcast evening, 17 degrees. So it should be an easy night. No rain, nothing. The rain. This is why we go over this. The rain sometimes screws us up. It hampers our attempt at the fluid play, if you will. So for the home team, Lecce, let's look at their lineup now. Falcone in net, backing up a 4-2-3-1 of Vega, Seibert, Gabriel, and Gallo. In the midfield, the Ramadani and Koulibaly. That's pretty decent midfield. Then you have your top packing three of Perotti, Gom, and Banda with the striker of not that Khedira, the Khedira with a C. So, I mean, it's Lecce. They got some speed. They got some physicality. They don't necessarily have that technicality amongst them. A half-decent midfield. So, before we get really into the tactics, let's look how we're lining up today, because this is kind of interesting. We've changed it up once again. 3-4-3. Okay. Makes me wonder a couple things here. What's going on with Thuram? Putting in Coop Miners. But entertain me here for a second. So first off, Di Gregorio in net. Kelly, Bremer, Kalulu in the back three. The midfield of Cambiaso, Coop Miners, Locatelli, and McKennie. And up top, Vlahovic gets the start. No more David. You have Yildiz on the left, Chico on the right. Now, let's talk about this. Because it is different, and you have no Thuram. You have a Coop. I feel this is sort of a 4-3-3 ish. Okay, we know Spalletti likes to play in transition a lot, right? Change things up on the fly. We know Kelly likes to overlap. Coop Miners, Locatelli, they can both kinda drop back and make that a four-man backline? 4-3-3, kinda maybe? And then, of course, when you're defending, Coop and Locatelli is gonna drop back into those half spaces, and Cambiaso McKennie kinda dropping back more into, like, a 4 or sorry, a 5-2-3 or a 5-3-2, Yildiz, Conceição tracking back defensively, perhaps. So I feel this is one of those games we're really going to be watching how Spalletti lines these guys up and how it changes throughout the game depending on kinda how things are flowing forward. If we get that quick goal or if perhaps Lecce gets that quick goal, right? That's gonna change things up. But I'm not gonna lie, I think Coop Miners is gonna get subbed out at some point. Maybe even at halftime. So let's watch out for that. Uh, man, that's my big question mark for today, honestly, is Coop Miners instead of Thuram. Let's look at the bench then, the options. First off, of course, the home team, Lecce. They have Fructal, Samoya, keepers in backup there. Nandaba, Jean, Perez as the defenders. Salah, Marchvinsky, Kovac, Gortard, Gandelman, Hegelson, talking about not having any Italians. That's your midfield. Camarda, Indri, and Stulic in attack. Yeah, so of course, these low table teams have a deeper bench than we do. They always do. Look at what we got. Let's look at this lineup. So we both keepers now, Pinsoli, Perlian. So Perlian is effectively a healthy scratch at this point. That means Di Gregorio, yes, he is the number one, if there was any doubts, just because of Perlian's injury there. Home, Gatti, that's all you got for defense. Zagrova, Moretti, Kostic, Thuram, Adjic, Openda, Boga, David. You have a lot of offensive players in this lineup here. Like basically all of them. Like even when you're talking about Gatti, he gets up on the play. Home, he gets up on the play. Even your defenders aren't the most defensive guys. So I really need to see, especially with this 3-4-3, perhaps a 4-3-3 in transition. I really do expect this team to come out offensively, just like handing it to Lecce. And last game, what was it, 29? Not on net, of course, attempts. If it was on net, that would be a hockey game. Man, the locker room in Lecce. Oh, man. That's a whole other conversation, the state of affairs of stadiums in Italy and the potential that they lose out, on, well, the upcoming Euros with Turkey, but perhaps a whole lot more with Juve Stadium, Allianz Stadium, the only one that makes the grade. Yeah, I was looking at some photos of, the stadium here. It's very typical of a team that bounces between the 1st and 2nd division, put it that much. Of course, if you guys remember, I was there at Empoli a couple years back. Very similar state of affairs. So guys, broken record. What does Juve have to do? They need to actually just score and score a lot. This is why I think Spalletti's forming up the way they are. Vlahovic would be healthy enough. Score, score, score. Honestly, you bag a couple, it all comes easy. This can turn into a blowout. This is what I need today to be. After a couple of tight games, 2 draws now in a row. Of course, one was Milan, but the one to Verona, that's a bit tight. That puts us within striking distance of both Rome and Como. Goals, goals, goals. I need this to be like 2-0 at the half, and I wanna see like a 5-0 at the end of the game. Like, no joke. This isn't even hyperbole, me like exaggerating, kinda speaking down to Lecce. Like, no, we need kind of a statement. We need a statement going into what's ostensibly depending who you ask, 2 derbies. Fiorentina, Torino finish off the season. So this is the last, if you will, easy game, which isn't because it's a relegation battle. Nonetheless, just like we're trying to stay ahead into 4th place, they're trying to stay ahead out of that relegation. It's very similar goals in a sense. But we know how these turn out. Let's say counterattack. That's gonna be their game plan, counterattack. Of course, they're not lined up. They're not one of these lower table teams that sit completely deep. Um, I mean, not that this helps. They're a -23 on the plus minus. They're clearly in that gulf between the relegation teams and everyone else, if you will, the mid-table. But yeah, look at their form. They have a win against Pisa, the 20th place team. Hi Verona as well. Hi Fiorentina, playing them soon. Uh, Lost to Bologna, lost to Atalanta. So they do struggle, of course, against these bigger teams. That's it. It's Matchday 36. We've been going at this, what is it, 9 months now? How long has it been? Okay, scratch the first little bit with Tudor. That was something else altogether. But since November, it's been the same conversation. The games look good, or the team's looking good. We're improving game by game. There's a couple hiccups. Normal for a team that's growing. You're not gonna smash every weekend, but it's the final stretch. No more excuse. Al, my man, coming in. How's it going? Here from actually 36 as well. Yeah, guys, let's just sit back, enjoy this. We're about 3 minutes now to kick off. If I had to, mm, from our standpoint, as a fan standpoint, at least mine, what I would say for this one is try not to stress out too much. Let's just sit back, relax. Let's hope it's a fun game. Let's hope we are entertained, that Juve have something to offer us this afternoon. So we'll see. Basically, the outcome of this game determines if I want to go to Walmart and get my what do you call it? My groceries done ahead of time. Not wait till Sunday and have my Sunday off, so to speak. Right now, if this is one of those bad games, can I deal with the people of Walmart? Like the people of Walmart are bad on a good day, right? So let's make this a good day so I can get my groceries done. That's kind of my goal. Of course, the team better be amped up. They're in the tunnel right now. They do, yeah. They have a bit of that calm going. Sorry, just adjusting a couple things here. Get a better viewing angle for myself. Any predictions? Any predictions from the chat? Like I said, I'm just going all out for the 5-0. Saying screw it, right? Screw it all, 5-0. I never go for these big blowaways, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it today. Positivity. You got to think too, and how important the top four is. It's 3 weeks. They see the light at the end of the tunnel. But again, that's also the same for Lecce. So any weekend, any given Sunday, right? At Serie A, nothing is easy here. They're finally taking the pitch. I don't know if this is just a marketing thing or what, but I just find it interesting. Minor point here, but Juve coming out with their wind jackets, their windbreakers, what have you, an outer layer training kit, where Lecce is just ready to go. Is it a matter of just budgets and they can afford, or just the sponsorship of Adidas being able to have jackets to come out onto the field. It's, I mean, a little chilly, 17 degrees at night. Yeah, I mean, there's chill in the air. Gotta keep those muscles warm. Juve in their, what do you call it, a baby blue, a pastel blue. Their second kit tonight. Poop, either gonna be amazing or dog shit. I voted dog shit. Sean holding hands with his girlfriend. He's got a few of those, doesn't he? And even a couple boyfriends, I thought. But Giro's in the chat as well. Another regular. Welcome in. Yeah, so that was a pretty easy pregame, I think. Again, at this point of the season, we kind of know what we should expect, what they should be doing, if you will. Now it's just a matter of seeing if it plays out as predicted. And we'll get the scoreboard ready to go. Trying a different design. Let's see how this design works tonight. What I should also notice is that the goal scorer from the January fixture not around. It was Bonda, but then also McKennie. McKennie on the pitch, the goal scorer in the reverse. And that was just before February. That slide in February as well, if you recall. So no repeats of that. Nice clean one. Right, coin toss, the handshake. Deshaun, yeah, you always come with Deshaun scoring, so I don't know. I hope though, Deshaun for a double. Let's go for it. We need that man. Yildiz, we need everyone, just everyone today going at it. Mariani in the VAR, cool. All right, Deshaun to end the season with more goals than David and Openda combined. Unfortunately, that's not the most difficult thing to do. 4-2-3-1. Now they're showing on the TV. That's not what Fought Mob is showing. Okay, well, let's see how they actually line up on the pitch before we start making any changes here to our proposed lineup or formation in any case. Just waiting for the whistle now. On the trigger to get the sync going. Juve to start this off. Blares the smoke. The Lecce fans are ready. Okay, and there is the kickoff. They try to start this off quick. Oop, Piners is there. Cambiasso scoops it back in, and Blahovic! And it just happened like that? Oh my god. Oh, that was like 12 seconds. And what did I say? They wanted it. You can tell right from the kickoff that was route one towards the net. And oh my god. Just finally to have, and I had my reservations with Vlahovic, but to have an actual number 9 to just take that ball and put it in the back of the net. Poop actually doing enough to hold off his man, and it's Cambiasso. I mean, not even the greatest pass by Cambiasso there. It's a little high, a little behind Vlahovic. He has to knock it down all on his left foot and just puts it into the top shelf of that netting. So early 1-0 lead by Juve. This is exactly Exactly what I want to see. Alright, back under play. Hopefully, it's not completely front-ended, all the excitement in this game that it kinda carries on for the 90. We'll see. We'll see again if we will be entertained throughout today. Can't believe that kickoff gimmick finally worked. Yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah, like that never really comes off, right? To win it and say never, you have your moments, but you gotta love it when it does, right? Over to Yildiz, holding up his man. He's only single marked, but that was enough to take the pace off his pass. Lecce now. You're going back to the Conte days. Yeah, the negative football. Lecce! Oh, wow, trying to do something similar as they center the ball for a very, very unmarked and easy strike. That must have been, was it Perotti? Oh, Ngom? Was it Ngom that got it perhaps? Just sitting there centrally. Oh no, I hear now it's Cadera. So it was Cadera that got the shot off. And just a bit of a what the fuck boys, you know? Like we just scored. And oh man. Shake it off, shake it off. Okay. Dave, why is your game always 30 seconds behind? Why is yours always 30 seconds ahead? Okay, for one, Fubo's kind of crap, and that's 10 to 15ish seconds alone, just the Fubo delay. But also for me to re-upload through to YouTube is another 10 to 15 seconds. So that's why. You're probably on Paramount Plus. Like when I watch with Dash, he's again about 10 to 15 seconds ahead of me. Oh, Chico! Oh, off the crossbar, Yildiz. There was a bit of contact there. I think he's calling for the corner. Let's see where it goes. It's a Locatelli feed, Chico. Oh, did it go off at the post and then the crossbar? Perhaps. Very, very close chance. Bounces back out. Yildiz tries to get it up high on the volley, but enough of a tackle there by Lecce, but deflected out for a corner, and the pressure remains. And that was another quick play up the right side. Two over the corner. I don't know. I think they just kind of gave their hand away. Bit of a hesitation. Deco scoops it over, and McKennie can't get to it. Lecce just boot it down the field. And they're already kinda in the back foot on the back foot, sorry. Lecce, and they recover. Even though they got that quick attempt, that would have changed things around, but now Juve trying to retain the control of the game and pound Lecce back into their zone and keep them there. Okay, so Dal's on the count. Dusan only needs 2 goals to tally the David Openda give and go. Do so! Oh, that was a tough angle. Gets the shot on, but it's still alive. Chico winning it back. Oh, and I think it went off him. It is a goal kick, but again, good pressure down low. Chances are being created. Yildiz, again, the angles are covered on the shot, so Vlahovic doing well, kinda getting it low and hard, and does create a rebound situation. Decent decision making, at least to keep the ball going on that play. Bit unlucky not to win the corner again, but we'll see Falcone going deep, and I suspect that is the tactic for Lecce for the day. Go deep from Falcone and then swan back easily for Juve. Bet on the AC Milan draw. Who are they? Man, it's hard to keep track of who everyone's playing at once, trying to cover everything. Tomorrow's the bigger day, of course. I'll Inter. I mean, if we care, Inter. They won. Who cares? Ah, Atalanta, yes. And that's a localish derby. Ooh, bit of toss up here in the midfield does not get out to. Yeah, 1 goal in 10 games for Milan. That's obviously a huge problem. Atalanta is not gonna be an easy game. Parma, Roma. I mean, you'd expect Roma to come away there. Verona Verona, Como, tomorrow morning, 6:30 AM. That's an early one. We will at least know first thing in the morning the situation of Como. I have to wait until after lunch for Roma. But again, at this point of the season with 3 left, you win this one, you're 2 left. It just keeps all the pressure on the teams catching, right? You gotta maintain the control of your destiny. And try to quickly move it up again. Chico's taken down. Ugh. Yep. I think that's just a classic case of a bigger dude getting up on top of Chico and taking him down. Nothing. Yeah, I mean, there's contact, but maybe Chico made a bit more out of that than he needed to. No card, no big deal. Think Allegri is a first half manager since his second stint with us, his team just dies. Also funny how AC Milan have the most injuries, just like us with Allegri. That uh, is it ironic? Coincidental? I'm not quite sure, but yeah, something to maybe study postseason. We'll see how it all plays out at the end, right? But there is a trend there. And Allegri is not a bad manager. It's just his tactics are tired, and he needs a gritty team. Like having Rafael Leao isn't going to do it, and having Pulisic not firing right now doesn't help. Hence the lack of goal scoring. Right? It's just team composition is not great, and I mean we can talk about the management. Milan's not in the greatest situation. Obviously, sitting in third right now, they're not in shambles, but they're not necessarily set up to win. They're set up to maintain that top 4. Similar to what we are, but we are trying to improve. Yield is doing well so far. He gets through both men, and he just can't find the route to the net, but wins the corner. Legger needs to either retire or go international. He's dated now realistically. I wouldn't mind seeing Allegri go the national team. Um, Contract situations, of course. I think we're gonna see Conte go to the national team first. Yila's taking the corner, right side, and it doesn't get through. Banda is sorry, that is the goal scorer. He is on the pitch tonight. Hoop losing his man. That left side is not marking up very well. Yield is tripped up. They're not going to give the call. Your brother's a Milan fan and hates watching Milan. That's like Primo Culture's brother is a Milan fan, and it's yeah, I guess similar. And listening, uh, take it for what it's worth. The X accounts, the Milan X accounts. Yeah, they're not happy. All right, Helena, throw in Lecce. Really slowing the game up, as you would expect from them today. Another throw in, and I don't know. Is Lecce here to do anything with it? Or are they just kind of existing? Are they going to attempt to mount anything here? Yet to be seen, other than that early chance after the goal. Possession, actually. Let's check that early possession. You're at 77%, so that kind of explains that, uh, or Lecce's lack of anything. But something happening now. They're building up. But Cambiaso's there, just holds up his man, and then tries to do a bit too much on the break, and he's now held up, and it goes back now Lecce's way. They try to work it around the left side now. Lulu there. Bremer cleans it up. Chico looking for his options now. Back to Loca, orchestrates, and he gets pressure and he kicks it out the opposite touchline. Where do you think we should be with Flat Fit all season? Well, and this is a great segue to shamelessly advertise our Discord channel, which I'll put the QR code up there right now for you. Uh, that was a discussion that was brought up today that we should probably be in second if Vlahovic. Here's what I don't like though about these hypotheticals is that for us, at least here on this channel, being fit and match fit, like actually being able to play the game is a stat. That is a stat. And in fact, it's like the number one stat. Like nothing else matters unless you can actually show up for the match, and actually contribute. So it's a weakness in our lineup that our best goal scorer, goal contributor even, can't stay fit. Kenny, he must have taken something to the face. Play whistle done. He's holding his jaw. Oh, yeah, he got kicked in the chin. Bremer had a clear view of that, and he's calling for the foul. There's a fly. Now it's that time of the season now. The fly. Oh man, finally having the windows open. Fly going across the camera. Finally, a nice day here. We got a couple nice days, and then it's gonna go back to crap. Doesn't really get nice until June around here. Sometimes you get an early summer, but and Lecce, they turn one over in Juve zone, takes a swing at it, but it is a miss. It goes just wide. Gets underneath Locatelli. Another look. But just like we saw last week against Verona, we're keeping them to the outside. They're taking their chances. They know they have to take the chances. It's either we get one from the outside and hope for the best, or you wait for the mistake. But you cannot bank on the mistake. That is Juve's number one priority, really, especially now being up by one, is to not make that mistake, to not let at the end of the day, if this stays 1-0, are we gonna be super excited about no, of course not. But at the end of the day, if it finishes 1-0, you get a clean sheet, you get 3 points, you stay well, we'll see what happens in Milan, but you stay in the top 4. Realistically, with Tucson, we should be second. I would say a for sure third. I think that's easy third, and then there's a discussion for second, perhaps. But I would say too, and I like to revert to this, if we started with Spalletti this year and not Tudor, and he gave Spalletti a proper summer, all that, yeah, we would be second in that case. Yeah, Dusan scores double digits every year. It's a salary, right? He's not horrible. If he stayed fit, it would be better. But again, those are the stat lines, and we'll see what his contract situation looks like here in a couple weeks. That was Juve's fastest goal, like ever. Oh, McKennie coming away with it now on a yield his effort. Backs up though, waiting for support. Lecce trying to tighten it up. A Coop makes Falcone come out for that big sweeping cross, but it does bounce now. A counterattack for Lecce. And Kalulu, he's just quicker. He's just there. No, we need a second. Absolutely. You want to grab a couple quick ones. But that it's Juve. We can have all the attempts in the world, but doesn't mean we're gonna put them in. That's like ever. Wow. We just witnessed Juve's fastest goal. Who would have thought that we just witnessed history? That's cool. Well, thanks for adding that in there, Dal. Definitely adds to the occasion. Get rid of this stupid QR code. Last chance. Scan the QR code. Get into the Discord. And Goop Miner's a little too much on that challenge, and that will be a foul. So the game's just kind of changing gear again, chopping up. Nobody's coming clean with anything right now, and Juve kind of have to find that spark again. Find that either direct route that was working, but I think that's figured out now. Maybe just clean it up through the midfield. You got Coop though. That's kind of the problem. You have a Locatelli, but you need another solid midfielder that's good with his feet. Yield is Cambiaso up on the play. McKennie. Yield is working his way through, and he's just bodied off, and that was clean. Vlahovic probably could have won it back if he didn't protest and just played the game. That's another problem I have with Vlahovic. Is he gets a little bit too mouthy instead of just playing the game sometimes. What are you asking, Chiro? Do they fill the ball with almost enough air to make it burst? Rubber plastic feels light, but just hella full of air. Fuck, I can't remember. There's a set PSI. Can look that up. The Serie A ball pressure. I think it's a UEFA thing. 8.5 to 15.6 PSI. Yeah, the IFAB regulation. Rubber bladder and Puma airlock. You can look it up. It's the Puma Orbita. It's all on the internet. Yeah, you know what? Without actually having the ball myself, would that be a video by the ball? I think that's like a $400 ball though. It's a pricey experiment, and then test it at the different pressures. Oh, Dow's trying to give me some math. You want me to math mid game? Serie A goal is worth about 500K. Okay, so first off, where's that? That seems like an arbitrary number. Why is a goal worth 500K? And Dusan normally gets about 15. UCL is worth 1.5 million. That's how you calculate. Oh, big deflection as Yildiz tries to throw it in towards Dusan, and it doesn't work out. Oh, yeah. There's a big deflection there. Defense doing just enough on play. Yeah, like, how do you determine the values of a goal? Is there, like, an actual algorithm here? Like, are you basically, what's your source? More so just interested to see if this is, like, an accepted calculation. Like anything, it's all subjective to a point, but Bremer hurting himself, I think, as he goes for the bicycle, or did he get flicked there in his ankle? Nice hole on his neck. He's fine, he just felt kinda heavy. It's funny when you do that and miss, you're sore and slow to get up. When you do that and score, you're up and celebrating, nothing hurts. Nice play here between McKennie and Yildiz, who again just doesn't have enough and gets pushed off the ball. And I mean, that's the theme. This time it's Coop Miners who's there protesting. But at the end of the day, it's shoulder to shoulder. Colombo is not calling it. So play the game, guys. Oh man, I'm gonna sneeze. We are also into allergy season, which is fun. I want to keep my sinuses clear as I talk for 2 hours. Juve with it now as they try to work it through. Passing's crisp at the moment, but there's no route forward. Oop, trying to look down the left, and that's closed down back to Kelly. Jamal did some math there. Yeah, he'd be worth 11.5 per season. Seems like overvalued. Oh, was that a handball? Oop's calling for it. Ah, it did look like a handball, perhaps. I meant to get the Kleenex. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, that was a handball. It was a deflection. Okay. Yeah, let's put this math up here. Houston scores 10 in Serie A, 5 in UCL. He would be paid 11.5 million per season, and that output isn't great. No, it's not great, and that is expensive. So I would challenge the value proposition of that equation. If the math is right, I'm not checking the math right now because well, that would just ruin the stream because I'd just be sitting here confused. I think the game's still really choppy through the midfield. Definitely settled down. The defense is kind of trying to take that risk out of the play. Play a little bit smarter for the moment. It is, I mean, 25 minutes in. Juve don't need to force the matter, and I don't know how much Lecce cares. McKennie, nice back and forth, good passing down low, and it's out wide now. Cambiaso for the cross, deep for Chico, who can't control. But Kalulu attempts to keep it in, uh, and it does work out for him. Ah, can't back heel. It wins a throw. Kalulu doing well. Doesn't come away with much, but good effort there just to maintain the possession. Yeah, David's wages are inflated. We know David's wages are inflated. And you say under Spalletti, Dusan has 20 goals, again, if he's healthy. But also, my argument is if Dusan stayed healthy, David would, and Openda for that matter, would be able to more naturally fill in their like second striker, their 9.5 role, if you will, a lot better. And I think everyone would like the whole team would benefit. That's the with Dusan healthy, the whole team's numbers are better. But again, availability is the stat that we do not have with him, as he's holding his lower back. And I don't expect him to play very much more of this game because after 27 minutes, he's holding his back and he's hunched over like an old man right now in an offside position. So you tell me how much he's worth if he can't even fucking play half an hour. You know, again, doesn't matter how good you are if you can't fucking play the game. If Dusan goes to Bayern or Barca, how much you want to bet he will be classed as one of the best strikers in the world? Yeah, whatever. Let the media lie to themselves, lie to the population. That's all they ever do. 37 million is Kane's yearly wage according to your rule. Val, you're getting challenged. Was Bayern robbed this past couple weeks? Were the refs against them? What do you guys think? Or is just PSG the better team? It was close. It was only within a goal, right? Like very, very close. Now, and that's the million, or is it the $10 million question? There, doll. Who's better than Dusan? Who do you get? Oh, Vlahovic, Spock heel, Yildiz wasn't expecting it and couldn't get there. Um, I would actually like Kane for a year. I don't mind David as a depth piece as your third striker. I think he's perfectly fine as a third striker. Kalulu, does not get there to Dusan. Osherman, yeah, you mentioned Osherman. The deal with Osherman is just completely unrealistic. Like, he's not even part of the conversation piece just because of the finances have completely strangled that situation. So yeah, I don't really want to throw down on kind of these bullshit claims, if you will, right? Like the unrealistic claims. Nice here. Oh, that's a tug. That's a tug. Not even an advantage sign given, but let's go. Dusan 1-on-1, and he gets stopped up. That's going Lecce's way, which is interesting. Coop was the attacking player with them. Yeah, that was not on Coop. He won the ball, but he ran into him. I can't agree with that. Ref's giving all the 50-50s to PSG. Mendes should have been off. Yeah. Well, Kane is on 25 mil, and that's the Bundesliga goals are worthless. Yeah. Take the profit on David and move on. Here's the tricky thing, though. You're getting rid of Milik. You're getting rid of Openda. You don't know if you're keeping Vlahovic. So you for sure, because we need 3 strikers, you for sure need to get one more if you keep Dusan. If you don't keep Dusan, you for sure need to get 2 more. If you get rid of David, you're looking at potentially getting 3 new strikers, and that is the problem. Now, here's the other thing, is that we can't be too quick to move on guys necessarily. I don't know what the fuck happened with Openda after 1 season. That's tough. It's obviously super tough, but David has not been a complete lost cause. We have to look as well, he had a bad stint at the national team as well. He had a bad few months, and he's building that back up again, right? When you give David a second year at the team to potentially improve on his numbers, improve on his form, his chemistry with the team, you then have 2 things happen. You now either have a striker that's better and playing for your team and fits your team, or maybe it doesn't quite work out, but you've improved on him, improved his value, and you can get even more for him a couple years down the road instead of just getting rid of him right away. That's the business aspect of it, right? That A, you can't necessarily afford to lose all your strikers. You can't. You can't afford to lose all of them because there aren't that many options. And B, there's the trade-off that you could potentially get even more for him next year. Especially it's a World Cup year, that's gonna determine a lot too. Canada's hosting. They're not in a horrible pool. There's potential for Canada to make it through to the knockout stages for the first time, right? There's a lot of business decisions to make. So all these accounts slash newspapers that are saying all these guys are out of the project. Sure, there's a wish list out there, but that's not like a magic wand. All these guys are out, and then we're going to somehow bring in all their replacements, no questions asked. So there's what, like 10 guys or so on that we're getting rid of list. That's a lot of guys. Like it's a big list. If we expect that whole list to be completely cleared off and then get their replacements during a World Cup summer, I think we need to check our expectations. You would sell David for 20,000,000. Now, again, who is gonna pay 20,000,000 for David? That's really the question we need to ask. We have our value, but what do others value him at? How much are we realistically going to get for him, right? We can't just say, "Oh, 20,000,000 FIFA, there we go. Yep, sale made." Chico with it now. He scoops it over. Dusan doesn't make it. David at least gels with the team, I think. Remove Openda, get Kulo, and keep Dusan, or get Osherman as a replacement. Again, Osherman, I don't think it's ever going to happen. Okay, the problem, Jamal, and again, you can say get Gonzalo Garcia for cheap and get Pellegrino cheap. Number 3. We now can't expect a bunch of new guys to come in and completely just gel with the team as well. And again, if we're going to replace 10 players, all these guys have to gel. It expectations, guys. It's not FIFA. We can't just overhaul the complete team and expect them to just work right away. What's our goals next year? That's honestly the very first question. What's our goal? Is it to win the league, or is it just to maintain the top 4? Because you need to maintain some of that consistency as well. You can't just be, "Oh, throw these guys in." Because we're having that exact same discussion with Openda, with David. We have it with every Coop Miners, Douglas Louise, if we're going back now. Hey, Arthur's coming back. Just because they look good on paper and you're able to buy them and get them on your team doesn't mean it's gonna work. Here's Chico now. Speaking of Chico, this gets pushed off. We have to remember Chico is only 23. and he has improved under Spalletti. He has become a smarter footballer. That was our biggest gripe against Chico, is that he just didn't have the IQ, but he's also young, and I feel like he's made a bit of a step forward there on the IQ, and he has generally made better decisions the past couple months. Again, couple months, like, how long's this season? And it's only the past couple months Chico has really started to make these improvements. All of this stuff takes time, which is the reason why he's offside. You guys are offside. Yeah. Still shoots like a child. He is a child. I mean, he's tiny. Yeah, he does need to improve on his shot. I mean, do I have to pull out the receipts from previous shows from previous years? Wingers are cheap. They should be cheap. We should not be paying big money necessarily for wingers, unless you're talking about the wingers that feature for teams such as Madrid, Bayern, PSG. Like, look what Kvaratskhelia was doing the other day, for instance. Olise. Like, you're either paying a shit ton of money, which we can't afford, for a winger that can actually dribble, beat his man, cross, shoot, score, all that stuff, or you just get another dude that just runs the fuck down the wings. You know? Because 99%, that's what it is. Well, first of all, can you afford 60 plus million for a winger? And B, are you even able to get that winger? Is he available and is he going to show up to your team? Nice win here by Chico. Vlahovic needs to make a decision, and he decides to put it over the net. Letty's not happy about that one. He did well to find the space. He had options. He chose to shoot. I do not mind that he decided to take the shot. Uh, it was the wrong shot at the end of the day. The first one, like, the thing, Dusan, he likes to put it into the top netting, and that's fine. And it's beautiful when it works out, like the first goal. But the second goal, he tries it again, and you're just too far out from the net. It didn't work. Fucking hard and low, dude. You did that earlier. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's an IQ, right? That I'm going back to Dusan here. And I get he's a little rusty, he hasn't played much, but this has always been an issue with Dusan as well, is he doesn't always make that good, and that's what makes you a top striker too, is knowing to make that nice, simple, clean decision when the pressure's on instead of just trying to sky it. Cross in, big punch out. Can Kalulu get there? No, he can't. Yeah, we didn't even mention Zagrova's a flop as well. Nobody even wants Zagrova. Nobody cares about Zagrova anymore, I don't think. Dal's like in the front three. Yeah, I mean, now that we have an actual striker, yeah, this is it's such a complicated. We spent so much of this half now, the second half of the half, just talking about potential players. This is the exact reason why I don't think having Colo and then a David with Vlahovic makes any sense, especially if Vlahovic isn't going to stay healthy. And are the other two going to stay healthy? No, we need big number nines. Like an Oshman, which we're not going to get, but like an Oshman. Like a Kane who I'd love to have, which probably won't. Then what else happens? Do we get a Bernardo Silva, for instance? who can really orchestrate up the middle, and you don't necessarily need a big ol' striker. You can just play nice passes up through the middle and play it down low. Perhaps that's something Spalletti's looking at as well. He does like the false nine system. Loka looking for Chico, doesn't get there. These crosses really aren't finding their targets today. Kalulu battling. Kalulu has done a lot off the ball today. All right, so no foul there either. So Colombo does seem to let most of the calls go. And another miscued cross. You think we can get Nicholas Jackson on loan? He's going back to Chelsea. I don't know if that's a possibility. I would love it. That would be great, but I don't think that would happen. There's another discussion we need to have as well. We're throwing out all kinds of names. Getting horny over our favorites, so to speak. So I maybe premature. I don't want to put too much weight on the reports that I saw this week because it was mostly just crap from the newspapers because it was a relatively slow week. But Molly apparently is being assessed. They're not completely happy with him. There's a couple flops. How much is his job really on the line? I don't know. And then you hear things like, hold on here for a second, give and go. And no, McKennie doesn't get to it. Chiellini. Who else was it now? Yeah, Chiellini and Spalletti. Sorry, of course, Spalletti. Pushing for more Italians who were Moli focused a lot on French players or the French league in general. Chiellini and Spalletti does want to bring back a little bit more of an Italian core to the team. And when we're talking about depth pieces, there is a lot, and this is where I wish I had Primo in the chat because he waxes poetic about all this stuff, but you don't need a very high-skilled core if you have a very blue-collar, hardworking core. You can develop a team that has that Italian identity if you gotta be really smart. Because you can't just be like, "Oh, we need Italians and get Italians." You obviously need to get the ones that are willing to fight for the shirt. And you have again, and this is the thing, right? We like to shit on Gatti. We shat on Locatelli a lot before this year. We shat on Di Gregorio a little bit. They're hardworking Italians. The question is can you find and convince enough of those hardworking Italians that are at a high enough caliber for Juve to join the team? And how many is the right number of Italians? There's a few questions to be answered there that I don't have the answer for, of course. But yeah, you can definitely argue who are the Italians on the field right now. Di Gregorio, Cambiaso, Locatelli. Nice by Kalulu, big slide. So currently 3. I would say you'd probably wanna have 5 in your starting 11 for Italians. Now Gatti is also on the chopping block. Right, that's the half. We totally just raffled through After about the 25th minute or so, we just started waffling on the potential transfer market. But 1-0 going into the half, guys. Let's look at the stats. Let's see what we got. It did sort of turn into one of those games. It really lost its momentum. Okay, so looking at the lineup, bunch of sixes there for Lecce, but Seibert and Ramadani getting 7-4, 7-3. Let's see. Passing is good. Ground duels, aerial duels for Seibert. Let's see. Passing decent. Long balls, 9 defensive contributions, tackles. So yeah, it's defensively what Seibert and Ramadani is doing, where they're getting their sevens. Doing enough on that left side. Getting Yildiz, right? Locking down Yildiz and Cambiaso. Doing enough anyways outside of that first 12 seconds. And Kribisibi, yes, according to Dal, it was the fastest goal ever for Juve. All right, now over to Juve. Di Gregorio 6-6. He hasn't had to do much. The whole back line hasn't had to do much, but Cambias with an assist getting 7-5. Oop getting a 7 even. Huh. Well, high sixes, mid sevens. That's about right. You have a goal, you're in the lead, you're doing okay, but you're not doing anything special. You should ostensibly be doing more. So let's say pretty accurate there. I'm not gonna argue too much with your ratings there today. We probably have the best Italian, Locatelli. I call letting Keane go was a bad idea. Yeah, I did too. We were fans of Keane. Allegri was ruining him. Oh, yes. I mean, I wish I still had Keane. We wanted Fiorentina to get relegated this year so we can steal all their players. That's a tough one. Yeah. Keane is the only Italian I would get in terms of strikers or in general. I wouldn't mind Pellegrini on the free. I think that's off the table now. I think he just resigned, if I remember correctly. And again, that's really the question is who do you get that's Italian that's gonna improve this team? Again, that you're gonna be able to get, like, are you gonna be able to get Pasili, for instance? The hardest thing about getting Italians, man, fuck, we're a fickle bunch, aren't we? So, we got so pissed off as a fan base dealing with Italian teams because we would always get raked over the coals. They would always upcharge us. We would never get a good deal dealing with Italian teams. Where do all the Italians play? Well, mostly on the Italian teams. So, what did we do? We stopped shopping so much within Italy. Moli comes around, finds some deals within France. Even Gentoli with Thuram, you look outside of Italy and you start finding some deals. But now your team doesn't have enough Italians. So what are we gonna do? Go back and try to make deals with Italian teams and pay too much? All the Italians that are in the Premier League, you're gonna pay too much for those as well. Then what? You have a couple here in France, a couple there in Germany. You're really, really kinda limiting your choices. So a bit of a catch-22. What do you do? It's a very, very good question. Very good question. And of course, you can't really start to seriously think about these questions, at least with legitimate answers, until you know which position you finish in. because unless you finish the top 4 and you make that Champions League money, I saw numbers today, it said about $100,000,000 when you count in, obviously, around the 60 for qualifying for the Champions League, but all the ticket sales, the extra shirt sales, all that extra that comes around, about $100,000,000. Now, if you make Europa League, I haven't ran the numbers, I don't know precisely, like, obviously, ticket sales maybe not be as strong. It's not like you're not getting extra money, but you're not getting enough money to make that make that major signing or to even attract these top players, even if, like, your Bernardo Silvas on a free, they can go wherever they want. They're not gonna play in the Conference League or the Europa League, they're going to a team that's gonna play in the Champions. And this is part of the problem with playing the last couple games, letting Roma and Como get back up close, is that we do not know for sure if we're 4th, 5th, or 6th at this, and until that is determined, we do not know. We do not know what our transfer market's gonna look like. Udogie at Spurs, getting relegated. Yeah, Udogie. There's an option out there for sure. I don't care what anyone says of get Berardi and watch us win the league. We need that experience gem that's underrated. He's never gonna leave Sassuolo, man. He's he just won't. You know he won't. Going for Italians is stupid. You should go for French, Argentine, Spanish, and Portuguese. I mean, I don't think you really need to limit by any country, right? There's you get Georgians out there coming up through the ranks, Romanians, like, throughout the Balkans. Rob of the golden age national teams, not the ones going through a crisis. And Calafiori in Palestra, Calafiori and Palestra. Yeah, but you can't afford them. Highly overvalued. And yes, Calafiori would work in a Spalletti system, but how much is a ball playing defender worth to you? So, again, we're fickle. We're very fickle. We wanna make all these changes, and then we get mad when we pay all this money and then they don't meet our expectations because our expectations are unrealistically high, and we expect them to start performing from game 1 and not have any dips in form. Because 'Cause we're ruined by FIFA and these all these stupid video games and British pundits that, you know, plays the Premier League and don't actually talk sense, if you will. Swap Nico for Sorloth. Yeah, I don't know how realistic that's gonna be. So Nico Gonzalez, I mean, Atleti has purposely started limiting his minutes there so they don't trigger the clause. And they're gonna look to renegotiate. But this week it also came out that Sorloth is on the table. We'll see. We'll see. That's definitely something to explore. Now swap Coop plus 10 for Indica. Um, Coop plus 10 mil. Not horrible. Those combo deals are hard to pull off, though, especially I just don't see that happen too often. That might be a little bit just unrealistic due to the Italian landscape. But yeah, Coop, I'm ready for him to go. French players like the Thuram brothers are cooking Serie A. Yeah, getting, have both man. Yeah, Marcus pissed at Inter that they got him. Uh, anyways, and I would bring Nico back under Spalletti, and that's also an option and has been talked about as well. Is Nico under Spalletti might actually just work out because again, you're probably moving on Zagrova to going back to a Chico and a Nico setup. That's your guys on the right, and then on the left you have Yildiz Boga. Yeah, that could work. And I just had this locked on this the lineup page. Let's look at some of the stats. Let's just take a peek here. 70% on the possession. All right, 0.25 to 1.12 on the XG. Total shots 2 to 7, on target 1 to 2. Touches in opposition box 3 to 22. Big chances 0 to 1 and 0 on missed. Passes 97 at 76%, not good, and 250 at 89, which is about right. So what they need to start doing is shooting on target more. Here we go. Couple big moments here for Lecce in the momentum map, but yeah, mostly Juve. That's actually quite a big peak here, and that's when they came back and almost scored Lecce. How much time do we have? Few minutes. Few minutes until the second half. Okay. Yeah, let's start focusing back in the game, and we can just go on about hypothetical situations. I just feel uncomfortable. Maybe this weekend, depending what Como and Roma do. If they both lose somehow this weekend and we do win in the next 45, then I feel a lot more comfortable just in general, but to even start talking about the transfer market because we're kind of at that point. You really do have to shit the bed to not cross the line at fourth place. But if all three teams win and it's still within that 1, 2 points of everyone, I don't know. I just don't know. Now, are we the better teams than Como and Roma? And should we finish fourth? I believe so. But that don't mean shit. It's too close right now. Want to play Atalanta? Yeah, if they don't win, we're ahead. And then 2 points off Napoli, who played Bologna. Yeah, I know anything could happen. It really can, but I mean, even so, right? Like that doesn't really alleviate the situation of Como and Roma win because now like everyone is just jammed up, fighting essentially for a third place, potentially a second. But you cannot, and here's the thing, you can't rely on what other people are doing. You have to put destiny in your own hands, and that just means we need to win. We are in fourth place. We are ahead. We just need to make sure it stays that way. This whole talk of Milan, Napoli drop points, that these guys it's kinda loser talk in a sense, because you're expecting the other team to lose so you can go ahead, and I don't like that mentality. Now, yes, hypothetically, to talk about how the table can play out, sure, it's an interesting thought experiment. Uh, but it's almost futile, really, at the end of the day. It's kinda like here's my thing, right? You know how you, like, write a test in school or whatever, and then afterwards, everyone's, like, talking about what they think the answers were or whatever? You're gonna find out in a few minutes anyways. You're gonna go over the test. Why guess? Who cares? Just shut up, enjoy yourself, relax, and just see what the results are. That's my take on it. We should be pretty close to starting up again. Start getting the scoreboard ready for everyone. Guys, please like and subscribe. bunch of you have joined in for the halftime show. So if you haven't already, whatever your platform, we're on YouTube, we're X, Twitch, Instagram, Pick, Assist, whatever you want. Just make sure you follow us there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna blow my nose proper for start of the second half. Start off clean. Give me a quick sec. Yeah, and that's allergy season for you, everyone. Things are starting to finally grow around here. Yeah, I saw thermometer changed here. Let's see. Any halftime changes? Belletti is known to do so. Maybe not. I thought perhaps Oop, but I don't believe any changes here. Second half about to go. Just waiting for the whistle now. Waiting for the whistle now. There it is. All right. Here we go. Second half. Time is synced up for everyone. I'm a few seconds off, I believe, but close enough. Yeah, I'm a couple seconds off the timer. Close enough. We're close enough. I'm a second ahead now. All right. Let's focus in. What's a second between friends? Yield is on the left. Yeah, you got me all up into the transfer talk. It's too premature. Hopefully, the second half offers a little bit more in terms of footballing entertainment on the pitch, and we can enjoy a little bit more of that because, to be perfectly honest, once the transfer talk starts, it's gonna start, and it's gonna be drawn out this year because of the World Cup. Let's take it easy with that a little bit, right? We're gonna get worn out, I feel. Come August, we're gonna be so tired talking about all this transfer talk. And the problem is because of the World Cup, a lot of it won't happen until August. And we're just gonna be pulling our hair out with it. Transfer market fatigue. So not quite the same start as the first half. Or maybe Lecce looking for something. Lulu gets the foot there again. Oh, that went off Chico's arm, and they will call that back, even though it was a deflection, and it was to his body. Oh, maybe not the first. There was another touch there. Yeah, maybe something. Benda putting one towards Di Gregorio. Nice yield is gets it. Oh, just not enough to McKenny. You got to put a bit more. But Vlahovic picks up on it. Big rebound. Another big rebound. And it's finally in. Oh, my Lord. Just how many swipes are you going to take at it? And it finally goes in. It is 2-0, and it's Vlahovic. Or the brace. Now, the Oracle. You were right. You were absolutely right on the brace for Dusan Vlahovic. It just could it have been any less graceful. So Yildiz tries to feed McKenny with the through pass. It's a little light. Now, who was it? It was Cambiasso with the initial pass. or sorry, the initial pickup and shot on net. Gets it too direct on Falcone. Vlahovic picks it up, gets it right on Falcone again. Now for the second rebound, Falcone cannot recover this time, and it is a fairly easy put it in the back of the net for Vlahovic with a mostly open net. So yeah, let's check it. We got to check it. There's going to be a check. We're offside, I presume. He is going to the television, which is never a good look. Are they already calling it off? Commentators are saying it's a no goal. The court clock still says 2, and it is now changed. It is back to 1-0, and Dell does not get his money. And unfortunately, I think that might just be it for Juve because this is what they do. This is what happened last game, is they tied it up 1-1, then they got the penalty kick. They even missed it. Could have won, and they did not. Well, Lecce will get... That's pretty far out, but they get a free kick. Perhaps a long delivery. Flare's going off again. Smoke is in the air. And offside for Lecce. Oh, yeah, just gets ahead of the play there. So back to Juve. What will be the follow-up now? Honestly, you want this to be 2-0. And it should probably be at this point. They just need to make it a reality as they feed up Cambiaso, who can't get the cross in, but at least gets the throw. I don't mind if they snatch the second one, which we thought we had, and then they sit back and then we just shoot the shit for 40 minutes. But until that one happens, McKennie now offside. 3 offsides, kind of in quick succession now, breaking up the play. This I don't really enjoy these games where you have the team like Lecce that doesn't seem to care what happens. Some of these teams really wanna take it to the big ones. Your Inters, Juves, Napolis, what have you. Some of them just kind of accept their fate. A good thing for Lecce, from their perspective at least, is they can't drop into relegation even after losing this game this week, but they will potentially only be 1 point back, depending what Cremonese does. And Cremonese plays Pisa, so could very well be a win for them tomorrow, playing the last place team. So Lecce, surprisingly, they still have a bit to play for, and they're not really playing for it. To be fair, I honestly expected Lecce to come at it a little bit more today. Another whistle here and another stoppage in play. So, yeah, this half is definitely continuing on where the second one finished off. Unfortunately, with that second goal being called off, that could have opened up the game a bit more. I'm just a little bit befuddled with Lecce. Finally, we're getting the look on the offside call, and it was clearly offside. Not a huge gap there, but definitely enough to call it off. Belly feeding it just, like, bounces off Vlahovic towards Falcone. I'm not quite sure the thinking on that play, and Lecce kicking it downfield now. All the way downfield. Goes to Di Gregorio, who's gonna get all the way downfield. Oh, McKennie header tries to get on Vlahovic and can't make it there. Battling for it now in midfield. Coop gets it over to Yildiz, and Juve do maintain control, but that stretch pass breakout fails, and they can't quite find the space. Honestly, it worked in those first 12 seconds and has not since the past 54 minutes now. Hey Dan, how's it going? No, I am not going to F1 in Montreal next weekend. My idea was to spend my money on the World Cup this year and save it for that. And then next year I will be looking at the Montreal matchup. The matchup, race. Looking at the Montreal race for next year. Lulu, give me a nice cross. Oh, goes right to Falcone. Low and hard. Yeah, I still haven't bought tickets. I'm waiting. The price of the tickets are slowly going down, so I'm just being patient with it. And I'm confident I can find a decent deal for World Cup tickets. The goal is to Prati setter. Ooh, led off there by Verona. Oh man, Amal scuffs the ball and could have, could have, as Kelly loses his battle down low. These are those little moments now. Locatelli trying to calm his team. He's a little angry at him, but changes his mood, tells him to calm down. Has to lead by example. I have not seen Buffon's interview. No, I didn't even know it came out. That come out this past week, but no, I have not. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really sit down and listen to full interviews. I don't have the time for it. I know my brother's read his book. I'm currently reading Zonal Marking, which is more tactical based. But yeah, I'd rather read. I do or listen. Like I'll just sit down and listen. But yeah, typically not whole interviews. I'll go and read like an article of the points or so. But yeah, I'll look out for that. More of a reader, I guess, is what I'm saying, than than a watcher of videos. Call me old school. Ooh, another foul. Bremer again. A little tug, and it goes back to Lecce. The flow, man, the flow of this game is starting to get my nerves a little bit. All right, potential substitutions coming up on deck here for Lecce. Starting to think about it anyways, instructions given out. But for now, we remain with the original 11 per side. And Coop taken down from behind. Bit of sloppy play there. Juve will kick this one back off quickly. Keep the game moving at least. Yeah, I do have a bit of a backlog with books, with everything. Honestly, how do you keep up? Uh, man, I bought, the Ali's book when I was in Italy a couple years ago, and I still haven't touched it. McKennie goes wide. He coulda maybe went forward with it, and oh, that what a little tip there by Kalulu, made out of nothing, made out of a what the fuck moment, if you will. I thought McKennie should have went route one, decides to go wide. Cambiasso throws it into the box, and who's there? Kalulu with a little bit of a toe, gets it over Falcone, puts it in the back of the net, and finally, we got the 2-0 lead that we deserve. Man, I love when they just kinda come out, kinda take it kinda my reaction maybe isn't as nice as it should be. Oh, hopefully no, okay. No, no, so he didn't touch it offside, that's good. Pretty sure that's all clean. Looking at the replay, as far as I can tell, Kalulu was onside. Just making that sneaky run out of nowhere on his off wing of all things. He's coming in to the left side of the box, and he's your right center back slash right back, if you will. But there is a VAR check in progress. Of course, I thought it was a little too close to not have a VAR check. Oh, here we go again. Yeah, another French player is one of our best players, especially in terms of servicing the forwards. Cambiasso's done well today too, though. Oh, and he's going to the TV, which again is not a good look. One's probably a bit tighter. And oh, he's onside. Or are they talking about Vlahovic in the buildup? If they call that back as a Vlahovic, I would be appalled. They're calling it on Vlahovic? Are you kidding me? How is that affecting the play? And this is now this is classic Colombo. Now we're getting fucking Colombo. This is the bullshit we expect from him. Just stupid, stupid decisions. And this isn't the first time they've made a call like this. How can you logically say that Vlahovic impacted? In fact, I would argue that the reaction of the defender because of Vlahovic forced him to keep his line as he attempted to make an offside trap on Vlahovic. Like that is just it's Colombo. It's fucking Colombo. He's a piece of shit ref. I've been keeping my mouth shut the past few weeks because the refereeing hasn't made any dumb calls, but that was a fucking dumb call. That was pretty much right up there with the best of them in terms of dumb fucking calls. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, this is the kind of shit that ruins your weekend. Watching a fucking referee that doesn't even understand the own fucking rules of the game. No, the rule doesn't suck. How the rule is implemented by these dumb fuck Italian referees is what fucking sucks. The referees suck. The rules don't fucking suck. If you're too fucking dumb to know how to do your fucking job, even though the rule book is there and it clearly explains how it should be read, I think it's plainly fucking written out that rule myself. And I'm not a fucking referee. Mind you, I'm not a cocksucker, so I never would be a referee. Fucking stupid ass shit, man. Fucking Colombo. Put him up there with Massa and fucking ah, there's all the other ones I fucking hate. Mariani. No, Rocky is king shit. Fuck, there's way too many. There's too many to hate, and that's the problem. Oh no, let's be honest, Al. Yeah, all refs are cock. It doesn't matter. Like Serie A, soccer, fucking hockey. I don't care. Like referees, it's just like the quality assurance guy at work with the fucking clipboard. They're in that fucking position because they're cocksuckers. Like you have to be a certain kind of person to want to enforce the rules to the point where you get off on. Like these guys get off on this kind of shit. You can tell. You can fucking tell that they jerk off to their fucking. They watch the replay of them fucking calling back a goal and they fucking jizzle over the mirror. Well, yeah, Jamal, like you're saying, Vlahovic isn't interfering. That goal still happens. Yeah, that defender had nothing to do with the fucking goal. And you can't say that the goalkeeper was out of position because he made the first two fucking saves. Dumbass shit. On his fingertips. After all that, even though he didn't have any fucking effect on the play, it was his goddamn fucking fingertips of all things that were offside. Like, it's called the spirit of the rule, not how you fucking think that which team you should win or who you want to fuck over any given minute. It's called the fucking spirit of the rule. You have no because you're fucking piece of shit Colombo. You have no fucking soul. You have no fucking spirit. That's why you make dumbass fucking decisions. That's not even a decision. That's just a blatant disregard for what is fucking right in the world. Fucking piece of shit. Yeah, rep sequels incels. I would presume there's a high percentage of incels in the refereeing community. Refs should be ex-footballers. Changed my mind. Um, no, I won't change your mind. I think that would help. It's hard because these guys, you have to start training as a ref when you're younger, but that's also part of the problem, right? Is that you get this ego. I was so once in a while I'll call a hockey game, just like some local shit here in town. And the last game I did, like, and I know the refs there too. Um, and one of them was my buddy's son, and he's young, he's like 19 or whatever. And he just totally Gen Z'd the fuck out, all offended because he made a bad call and the bench was calling him out on it. And then he ended up giving penalties because his feelings were hurt. And I'm like, dude, you made a bad fucking decision. Like the other refs, because there's three refs in hockey, the other two didn't call shit because it wasn't a fucking penalty, and you did. Tell me that you're not a fucking piece of shit. Like it doesn't matter where you go. At what level? Yeah, they're all fucking cocksucking incels. Which ex footballer? Like you'd have to get like ex Chi or whatever, like second, third, fourth division guys. And the thing is, I mean, these refs they have played at some level, of course, but nah, they need some more like actual real life experience, real footballing experience, because it's yeah. You look Bayern PSG this past week, right? Like how many of those calls were fucking ridiculous? It's just everywhere these days. It's the referees. And the problem is that they are regulated and managed by other referees, which are just as fucking fucked. And the score hasn't changed. I'm sorry, I don't know why the score hasn't fucking figured itself out on my stream, but it certainly is still 1-0. Trying to find Chico, he's fighting for it. Still fighting for it. Lulu's there again. Does well, wins it. Still tight. But can he come out clean? Good work down low for Juve. And here we go. Yildiz puts it wide on the right foot. Can't get much of a curl on it at all and just goes direct out wide of the post. But good effort by the whole team down low to kind of dig that out, keep the ball alive. This keeping something moving, creating a chance. It's the right idea. Danilo Vega off for Hegelson. So a single change now, 70th minute for Lecce. Only one on the night. And Helgeson already making an impact. Lecce gets stopped by Loca. Oh my God, Kuban just gives it away in the midfield. And I was about to ask when Coop is going to come off the pitch. I think it's about time. Oh. Wow, Helgeson gets enough to put it towards Di Gregorio, but not enough to really make him work. Ends up being an easy save at the end of the day, but another little sneaky play there for Lecce. And with this game only at 1-0, you really, really got to watch out for those. Starting to get nervy here with 20 minutes left. 2 goals taken back, one rightfully so, one unjustifiable. Field is to come on, Doozy. No, he gets defended off. Juve trying to fight it through. Lecce are doing well to defend and just not let it get worse, hypothetically, I guess. Tico down low, gets it center, and it's direct onto Falcone again. Falcone goes quick, and Coop, man, win those balls, and it's a foul. You turn it over anyways. Oh boy. It's Spalletti just staring into the camera. Oh man. I hope that's a screenshot. I gotta get a photo of that one. Yeah, then we need to regroup on this. Keep the focus. That's the hardest part now for the boys is keeping the focus. 2 changes for Lecce, none for Juve. I'm starting to wonder the game plan. Vlahovic wins a corner. It also shows that he doesn't have any real faith in his substitutions. 2 more changes for Lecce. Not quite yet, but they're on board. Will Camarda poop on us? Maybe. We might get pooped. And headed out. Lulu trying to volley, gets blocked out. Back to Loca, maintain the possession for the time being. Chico doing well. And he just loses it, can't get past the third man. Lecce trying to 1-2 pass. Doesn't work. Working on the right, we know is the preferred side. Chico in the box, brings it back out. Lecce in deep. Ambiaso with it, cutting over, cutting in, crosses down low. Vlahovic can't get a clean touch, and Lecce will walk out. Moving the ball forward now, Kadira with it. That's gotta be an offside. That's gotta be offside. Banda, who was the goal scorer last game, finally gets whistled down. Duthram and Boga for Dusan and Yildiz. Boga as a 9. He's had his moments. I would still put David for Dusan. Especially later in the game, because David does a lot defensively. I mean, I don't mind taking Yildiz off. He does tire out. He does a lot of work. Putting Boga on for 10 minutes on the left ain't bad. Even Zagrova on the right for 10 minutes ain't bad. You got to put Thuram in for Coop. And then there's the question of the fifth. Probably home for Cambiaso. That might have been offside, but we'll see how it plays. Vlahovic tries to go too high on it again. Vlahovic, Jesus. Keep those balls down. Like, why? What's his asphyxiation with shoving it into the top shelf? Like, he could have gone far post on that, low and hard. Oh, Vlahovic does look like he's making way, and it's for home. Okay, I expect something else. No, is it just the one change? Well, this is going to change the formation then. So we're going to go for more of a false 9 situation here, I believe. So you have McKenny and Chico currently sitting up top. We're defensive now, so let's see how that plays out. And Lecce puts it in the side of the net. Again, too close. Way too close for comfort at this stage in the game, especially. I love how everyone used to call Weston fat, and he's our best athlete. He was slightly overweight. Like, slightly. Just because he was an American. There's so much racism, honestly, throughout football. It's kind of gross. We've had more opportunities than a foreign student applying at Tim Hortons. They're the best Tim Hortons employees, though. If I see a white person working at Tim Hortons, I fucking walk away. Tim Hortons is the coffee shop in Canada, the main big chain, by the way. For those who do not know, like I guess closer to Dunkin' Donuts style, if you will. It's not fancy coffee. It's just pretty quick coffee. You switch to a 3-4-2-1 now. Yeah, I've been talking. Let's take a closer look. I haven't. I should pay more attention, honestly. But ooh, defended off that corner. We're in a FOP mob. We're at a 4-2-3-1, not a 3-4-2-1. That's what FOP mob says. Doesn't mean it's always right. But it looks like McKennie's up the center in any case. And a 2-1 is really like a 1-2 ish. McKennie's gonna drop in the slot a bit. Again, false 9. A Spalletti formation is not a strict formation. Yeah, just the one change still for Juve. 79 minutes. Oh, Pico found. You can't come out clean though. He has to do a bit of work now. Here is home. Going deep with it. Tries a back heel. Has no support. Pico fighting. Can't win it out. And picks up a yellow for that challenge coming in from behind. Chico's yelling. I guess he considers that a professional foul. That or he's just letting out some anger. I'm not sure, but it looked like he was celebrating that tackle. Wasn't tons in the challenge, just got in his feet there, but stopped forward play. I guess that's a yellow. 80 minutes in, usually get called on a yellow for that, I suppose. I don't know. I wouldn't have called it a yellow, personally. Fuck, whatever. Who cares? Let's get the second goal and go home. 10 to go. Home is playing fairly high up on the right side. Bad play there. Cambias doesn't hold on to it. Juve having trouble retaining that control now. Lecce, deep into this game, do they have anything left? They've certainly looked a little bit brighter in the last few moments. They've made 4 changes, though. They have a lot of fresh legs on the pitch. I'm still waiting for Juve to make something substantial here. Oh, big shot from long range. Big rebound, but it's cleaned up for the time being. And now it's Chico taken out. You're not going to throw a yellow card out for this one. Oh, there is a yellow card. Yep. Oh, Florence getting it. All right. Yeah, let's get the replay on this. So it was Ina that made the tackle. So was it for dissent he got the yellow card? Jean Florence obviously said something naughty, and Colombo had his feelings hurt, so he got a yellow card. Yeah, do not agree with that call. That's just because Colombo's a bitch, an incel, cocksucker, if you will, as we've determined earlier. Zagrova is coming on. I missed the number who he's coming on for. We see Boga up there, so Yildiz is off. We're gonna have 3. So let's play this out. So Boga for Yildiz, 1 for 1. Zagrova should be Chico, and Jonathan David is there for Cambiasso. So that means Holm is going to go back into Cambiasso spot. David will go back into the striker position. I think Spalletti realized that was a fairly silly substitute. Maybe he just had to get Dusan off, and Holm was the only one ready to go. I don't know. Um, but I think we're going back to our original formation now. There is a Grova now, getting a flick, goes right past Boga, and Coop just does not know where the net is. Openda on for the we're not seeing Openda, man. Uh, actually, there is one more substitution we can make. We might. You never know. I think we got one more that has not updated. Nor has my scoreboard updated. It's still stuck at 2. At least the time's right. David with it. He's kinda up there on an island, though. He doesn't have much support. Of course, he has no options and loses it. Got one back now. Zagrova. Lulu. He tries to change direction and it's a mispass. Sends Lecce the other way now. Kelly wins it back. Nicely done. Juve just need to regroup now. Not do anything stupid. Don't give Lecce any chance at this. 5 minutes to go. And yes, it should be 2-0. It should certainly be 2-0. But alas, anxious moments. Grove doing well to keep it away. Lulu winning a throw. And it's Gatti making the final substitution. What the fuck just happened there? That goes Lecce's way. They just run into each other. Gatti or McKenny. So how will that change things for the last few minutes? McKenny was playing up the center. Hmm. They push home back up again. Let's see what they do. Or do they just defend? Is that the goal at this point? Is just defend? Oh, these tricky back passes. You got to be careful with them, guys. Boom wins it back for now, but giving away. Going out wide now for Lecce, and it's an easy one for Di Gregorio. But I mean, we're gifting. We're gifting at this point. And he worked hard today, but showed his technical limitations. We're crying out for a midfielder to link with the attack. No, absolutely. I think McKenny plays better when he's in less of a midfield role, more in an attack role. Dowder just as a right back. Like, don't make him do too much, essentially. It's when he has to cover all the space. Like, he does well to be places, but you can definitely see the drop off when you take the focus away from his position or his positional duties. Not to say he plays bad, but yeah, like his limitations are a bit more exposed, if you will. Like you said, like he works hard. He's definitely got the engine to go. And that's why he's had a bit of a let off the past few games too. He's been put back into more a midfielding defensive type role, which is in contrast to more of his attacking midfield role a bit earlier, a couple months back. But yeah, fact of the matter is he can fucking play anywhere, and he does a job. But yes, shows how much we kind of need fill out a quality midfielder in that position. You're right, Anthony, here. As a Grove has a bit of space. Which direction? He's just holding onto the ball now. He's got 2 men on him. Just wins a throw-in for the time being. More just running down the clock than anything. 88 minutes now. I think too, if that second goal went in at any point, if the game would have opened up even more. That was my prediction. You get the 2 goals. Lecce stops playing this super negative defensive football. They open it up, and we have a bit of a run at it. But Colombo decided to be a douchebag. Yeah, Jamal saying 5-4-1 plus David plays fair. He's not an advanced striker by any means, right? He's not going to overcommit unless he's got a clear shot at her. So don't expect a goal from David late on. This is definitely defend for the last little bit here. Seconds left. I'm going to guess about 5 added on. Still, though, I like how my scoreboard stayed at 2-0 because that is the righteous score of this game. Juve taking it slow now. No rush to throw it in. Final second, and it is 5 added. Bit more to get it over the line now. Ball clenching time. Yep. I've been clenching for a little while now. Lecce dumping it forward now. They have to start getting desperate to save a couple points out of her. They haven't really proven that they wanted today. They've had a couple lucky looks. They know they have to be opportunistic and jump on any Juve mistakes, but they haven't been able to capitalize yet. And Kalulu drawing the foul now. So free kick for Lecce deep into the zone. And have to defend a curler into the box. The substituted players with their heads down, they're anxious as well. And the delivery headed up. Still alive here for Koulibaly, who's whiffing at it. And goal kick to the frustration of his teammates. Three to go. Di Francesco urging his team on. Final few moments here, but Di Gregorio is going to dump this one down the pitch, and let's see how much time he can take off this clock. Holm can't get onto it. It's Lecce that come away with it. They are not clinical enough, and they give that ball away through a throw-in. Lecce, I don't know if they have much in the tank even right now. They're starting to make a little bit of those bad decisions and sloppy plays. And they'll need quite the gift, I think, at this point to make something happen. And Locatelli does just enough there as he tumbles over, but free ball out to Kalulu, who moves it up to Boga on the left. And a counterattack now for Juve. Boga tries to take his man on and can't. And bad decision this late in the game because it gives Lecce a counterattack, who then overpasses and gives it back to Juve. So certainly last minute shenanigans here. Both teams not doing very well to put on a display as they tire out, and Juve taking it back, killing the clock. Agrova makes some space. Oh, you should have went wide out to Boga. He would have been free clear. Yeah, the confidence thing, Anthony. Yeah, I wouldn't have much confidence if I'm defending a 1-0 lead with this much on the line either. A lot of it, you just need to score the goals. And technically they did today. It's mentally it's very frustrating, right? I can almost feel their frustration and anxiousness. I am feeling it right now. We're feeling it. 45 seconds. But that is the difference, right? Like, we're building up. We're not a winning team right now. We don't have guys on the team that have won championships. These are the character defining games, if you will. And yeah, if you don't have enough to show it, David, there's space here. Give it off to Lulu, put it in the back of the end, and he doesn't. Oh my god. Grova, just fucking put it in. Just put it in. Oh, and another save, guys. Oh my fuck. And Falcone, of course, throwing up all the stops here. Getting the first one off Boga. Second one off Zagrova, and the whistle goes. Did it have to be like that? Oh my lord. Why did it have to be like that? Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Like, I already know what the post game needs to be. Because it's not really a whole lot different than every other fucking week. You gotta put more goals in the back of the net. That's literally it. And the worst thing about it is that we did today. That second goal, fucking bullshit. That was fucking bullshit, and we all know it. But yeah, all the comments in yawn. Well, what a game. If we played any better team, we would draw. I disagree. Listen, here's the thing. Low block. It's low block central. That was a 2-0 game. No, I don't think we would have drawn if it was a better team necessarily. We played well enough. We honestly did, especially earlier in the game. We played well enough. Yeah, let's look at the numbers. The team did not play bad today. The game was bad to watch. Yes. But we can't confuse that with the team playing bad. It's Chico 2 weeks in a row now, like, doing so much work. So much, but just not resulting in anything. Vlahovic technically putting a couple goals in. Okay, yeah, that one was offside, but the second one, like, look at the numbers. The worst 7.2 for Bremer because he didn't have to do a shit ton today, you know? When you look at Lecce, look, Prati gets a 4.8. Basically, these guys did well because they shut down Yildiz today, and the rest of the team, and Falcone, because whenever the goalkeeper plays against Juve, they think they're prime Buffon. I mean, he didn't do enough today, Falcone, but he did do enough to keep the game tight. Listen, again, the guys played well. Substitutions were a little shaky. We can maybe touch on Spalletti's decision making on substitutions, but it's clear he has his favorites this late in the season, and he's given the guys that deserve the minutes and not just tossing out your Opendas, for instance. It should have been 2-0. Straight up, should have been 2-0. And Falcone, I mean, did enough to keep it tight. FIFA has ruined football. VAR is ruining football. These officials are fucking horrendous to the point I'm losing interest in the sport overall. You're not incorrect, Jeff. Was it raining today? Could not be heavy rain. But we never play well in the rain. That's true. Like, that's why I do the weather report, because these things have an effect. It was at least overcast and a little bit chilly. But regardless. Other than nitpicking today, which we can, Vlahovic trying to sky the ball every time. The first one worked, and then he tries it multiple times and puts it over the bar. Okay, yeah, we can nitpick those things. Absolutely. Hoop, of course, making a couple of dumb plays. Yeah, we can nitpick that, but that didn't really result in anything serious today either. If I just looked at the scoreline, what I would say is that we need to finish more of those balls, but really, I mean, that's still true. It still is true. But Lecce today, when I game planned it, I thought they would play a bit more forward, positive football. Trying to kind of take it to Juve. They're at home. They do need to, make something of it. They're not free. They're potentially only 1 point clear of relegation, depending what Cremonese does to Pisa tomorrow. I thought they would have done something to try to at least get a point, and they did not. They parked the bus today. And the only top team, and we've said it pretty much every week, that can break down the low block this year is Inter. Now, Inter can't beat a fucking top team to save their life unless they get handed it, like the Bastoni situation against Juve. That was the only top team Inter won this year, and it wasn't even a deserved win. They're literally good at breaking down the low block, which is like 3/4 of this league. Falcone is the most mafia name ever. Actually, I grew up. I went to school with Falcone. Pretty common name. Yeah, I know, Jeff. I guess you weren't here when I fucking bitched for 10 minutes straight about that. But yes, it was a 2-0 game in my heart. The indirect offside rules just leave so much up for interpretation. Basically, the ref can flip a coin in a scene like that. He didn't even flip a coin. He just put all his biases up on display there. Every outcome is somewhat justified by rule. And that's the thing, is that you can argue it because it's not that the rules, again, it's what the spirit of the rule is. And this is an issue just in the world today. I mean, there's so many rules. At some point, you can't make rules for every little hypothetical situation, right? So that's why you have this spirit of the rule. And the spirit of the rule in this case, of the second goal, is that you don't want a player who's just camping offside to interfere with the offensive play or the defensive actions of the defending team. And that, for one, did not happen. And for two, he was literally offside by only his fingers. So a player that had nothing to do with the play was offside by his fucking fingertip. And that is not the spirit of the fucking rule. So you have a guy that's making multiple hundreds of thousands of euros a year that cannot figure out that fucking decision. And in the background, you have the referee designator, the head ref, rookie, under investigation, along with a bunch of his compatriots. And yet, we still have to witness this bullshit. And that's my biggest takeaway right now of this game, is once again, the refs are a fucking piece of shit, and I don't know how they get protected or let alone keep their fucking job. Because if this was in my line of work, bitch should be fired. Like no questions asked. Decisions like that will get you fucking fired in my line of work, and I don't make nearly that much fucking money to do it. So why do these motherfuckers get away with it? You know? Like if a medical professional was able to make bad decisions like that, you think they'd have a fucking job? And you can be a goddamn train conductor and you make bad decisions and you run somebody over. That's what happens. That's what fucking like people actually have jobs that if you make bad decisions like this, you actually kill people. And these guys, they don't even they have the luxury of not having to get anybody killed in their line of work. And yet they still can't handle the fucking pressure. That just means you're a fucking piece of shit human being. Like, you should work at fucking McDonald's because you can't handle the pressure. In fact, I think trying to serve that many people through a fucking lunchtime rush hour at McDonald's would fucking break these fucking Italian referees. That's how much they fucking suck at their job, that they're not even good enough to fucking handle the job at McDonald's. They can't even fucking flip burgers. That's how bad these guys are. Regardless, it is a win. And it is premature to look at the table, but we're going to take a quick peek. We are currently sitting in third place, but Milan have to play. Now, it's Atalanta, not the easiest game. Thing with Atalanta is very outside chance of making the top 6. That would require Como to lose all of their games and Atalanta to win all of their games. And Como plays first thing in the morning. If Como pick up a point tomorrow, Atalanta's season is effectively over. The only people like maybe Lazio can catch up. There's 4-point golf there. You know, like, and Lazio's already played as well, so 2 games left to go. For all intents and purposes, if Como wins tomorrow, Lazio finishes in 7th. Or Atalanta, sorry, finishes in 7th. Absolute worst case, 8. Like, there's I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna play into tomorrow's result against Milan. But we'll wait and see, of course. We just gotta tomorrow's another day. We gotta wait and see. Most important thing, because we are focusing on ourselves, is that no matter what we finish this weekend, no worse than 4th place. With 2 games left. But still probably maybe just 1 point ahead. Ugh. Going down to the wire. But this is why we watch it. This is what makes the league exciting, even if the individual game today may not have been the best. Okay, it's officiating. If officiating VAR is based on interpretations, not based on objective observation of what you see in the game, it's then no surprise the Italian officials will act in bad faith over Juve. Well, referees like Colombo would. Absolutely, because Colombo is on my hit list. You are correct. We all have every right. Like, and not even as Juve fans, as fans of the sport, you can be an Ipswich fan. I don't give a fuck. Like, you will be upset with that officiating call. Just like we're upset with what happened in Bayern in Munich on Tuesday, was it? Just like we've been pissed off way too many times before. But otherwise, guys, one game at a time. Oh, fuck. Inter Miami beat Toronto 4-2. Let's see. Who? DePaul, Suarez, Messi. Oh, what do you know? What do you fucking know? 3x top world class, whatever the fuck. Of course, Inter Miami. All right. Looking at tomorrow. We don't care about the MLS. Dallas Verona Como. Paying attention to that one. Cremonese Pisa. It's a relegation battle. Pisa's out. It's more so for Cremonese, so that might be interesting. Fiorentina and Genoa. Good mid-table game, I suppose. Parma Roma. Paying attention to that one. And of course, you're paying attention to Milan Atalanta. So tomorrow's actually going to be a fairly exciting game. So I think I will go do my grocery shopping this afternoon. So I have the whole day to just dick around, watch some footy. Isn't Toronto in Canada? Yeah. Yeah, of course it is. It's the largest city in Canada. Where I'm sort of from. I'm not from Toronto proper, but like pretty close originally. Haven't lived there in like damn near 20 years now, mind you, but yeah. Well, that's why, like, because I'm from Toronto. That's why they're one of my Juve and TFC are my favorite teams in FOT Mob. That's why they show up at the top when I. Where are we? It's like here. It's got both my teams. Why is it playing Miami? Because it's in the MLS, and they're both on the East Coast, same time zone. So they're more likely, because in North American sports, you try to keep things East and West, play most of your teams within the closer time zones, because there's 5 time zones in North America. So yeah, the MLS. It has Vancouver as well, which might move possibly to Vegas, but there are 2 Canadian teams. Just like in the MLB, there's Toronto and there used to be Montreal. Just like in the NBA, there's Toronto and there used to be Vancouver. There's always a Toronto team in every American league, except the NFL. And they've tried. They've honestly tried to make a Toronto team in the NFL. I have no clue how the MLS works. Don't start trying now. I don't know. Like it's not the best league. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, I still follow the home team. Like I don't watch the NBA, but I still check the scores on the Raptors, for instance. Right? I didn't watch any of their playoff games. I know they went to Game 7 with the Cavs, but I at least pay attention to it because I mean, technically, they're my team. But yeah, MLS works differently than pretty much any other league. Now, if that does confuse you, MLS is based on a traditional North American sports league, NBA, NHL, NFL, whatever like that. There is the USL, United States Super League, and there's also the Canadian Premier League, where they have which are strictly within the realms of their country, but those are considered more like second division. There's not a clear first, second, third, fourth, fifth division in North America, if you will. Especially in America, because they have the college system. Yeah, we're going down a rabbit hole. We're going down a rabbit hole with that one, guys. That gets into a much bigger sporting conversation at that point. Okay. Well, I mean, that was a good-ish one. Could have been better, but we got the win. I'm happy. I'm happy enough to brave the crowds of Walmart. Let's fucking do it. Let's start signing this one out. But before we do, if you haven't already, please do remember to like and subscribe. We're on YouTube, both vertically and horizontally. Twitter, X, Twitch, X, Instagram, Kick, and Assist. Follow us everywhere. Description, bio has the links to everything else. Please do follow us around. Help the channel grow. Oscar, thank you. I know it's hard for you. You still doing your test? You still in school? How's that all working out for you? I guess a few of you. Yeah, it's that time of year. If you're still in school, finals coming up, all that jazz. So all the best to everyone dealing with all that nonsense as well right now. Otherwise, thank you very much for joining me. We got 2 more. 2 more to go. I guess we have to. Let's look at next week's game. We forgot to do that. Okay, Juve, quickly. Fixtures. Cardino. No, too far. Fiorentina. Yeah, our two pseudo derbies to finish off. So Sunday, 12 p.m. at home against Fiorentina, and then final game May 24th, which is Queen Victoria's birthday for all you UK type people out there. So the home derby going across the city, sort of away from home. Torino to finish it off. And then we're playing Chelsea in August. What do you know? Okay. Until 30th of June. Oh my lord. Okay, good luck with that then, Oscar. Geez, that's going deep. Going deep into the school year. Okay. I'll stop rambling. Let you guys get on with your day as well. Thank you very much. Yeah. We'll be here. We'll be here till the last, anxious as ever. Holding on, clinching on to that final Champions League spots. Until next time, if something pops up this week, of course, to see me. It has been busy, so there hasn't been any midweek shows with me and the boys, but for sure, next Sunday, I will be here, hopefully with all of you once again, to help close out the penultimate weekend of the Serie A season. Okay, guys, like, subscribe, press all the buttons, the bell, do it all. Thanks once more. Love you guys, and we'll catch you